Welcome to this episode of Facilitation Fridays, a sub-series at World Drum Club where I talk about some of the things that you guys can do to help move your career along, move your skills along as a teacher, as a provider of music for groups, as a facilitator, music facilitator. I know some of you have been asking me for coaching and for advice. So I'm starting this series as a way to address some of those requests and to also promote one of my books called The Way of Music. So it's a win-win. So today I want to talk about improvisation and what improvisation means and what it means in the context of being a music facilitator. I like to think I'm a joy facilitator or fun facilitator. Yes, I facilitate music, but that's not why I do it. I facilitate music so we can feel good, so we can be creative, so we can laugh, so we can feel how we want to feel in life. Because to me, everything we do in life, in some way, should be aimed at feeling the way we want to feel. Otherwise, what's the point, right? So this book's called The Way of Music, and on the 6th page, I ask a question in the book, and that question is, what is improvisation? So I give two definitions that come from other people, and then I go on to talk about what it means in the context of, this book is aimed at music therapists, but this applies really to anybody who is interested in the art of facilitation. So one of the definitions is to create and perform spontaneously without preparation. So that's number one. Number two is to produce or make from whatever is available. So both of those things, those are related. They're a little different. One is talking about just jumping in and doing things without preparation. Now, I want to make it clear that there's a difference between not being prepared and not preparing, right? It's kind of like, there's some people that when they go on vacation, they have to plan everything and they have to get their tickets. They have to know where they're staying. They have to know what activities they're doing. They have, know all this stuff. It's all planned out and they feel comfortable, once that's all done. Then there's another kind of person, and let's just call this the explorer kind of person, who can walk out of their house and just go. And they feel okay doing that because they feel prepared to do that. They didn't prepare the trip, but they themselves feel capable and comfortable leaving the house, finding transportation, finding places to stay, and I think a lot of us have both of those kind of characteristics, right? And I'm not saying one is better than the other, but I'm just pointing out that there's a difference between not preparing and not being prepared. I teach to be prepared. I teach to the goal of having people feel prepared to do whatever comes up, to handle a situation. To me, the art of facilitation is not planning, because you can't plan out what's going to happen, right? You can't plan for who's going to show up. You can't always plan for what you will have available. But you can be prepared with the skills for facilitating a successful outcome no matter what. Let's talk about the other point that I brought up, the other definition, which is to create or make from whatever is available. So improvisation also invites us to look around and find things and discover things. It's not the same as, the other kind of person, which would think to him or herself, what do I need? Let's see, I'm going to need this and I'm going to need that, and I'm not going to be ready until I have all these things. All right, and you could relate this to life in general. Maybe some of you are thinking about how you live your life. Do you feel like you always have to have everything ready before you can do something? Or do you have the perfectionist personality that says, no, I'm not going to do anything until I know it's going to be good enough? Well, let me tell you, that is a creativity killer. That thinking. Planning, we're talking about planning. Planning is a creativity killer. That is creativity homicide 101. You don't have to know what's going to happen to start doing something awesome. All right? Do children plan out how they're going to play? No. Are they professionals at playing? Yes. That's their job. All right? A child's work is his play, to quote Carl Orff. So it's not about planning. It's not about having everything, figuring out what you're going to be doing. That's not improvisation. That's planning and performance and execution of a plan. What I like about making do with whatever is available, and I'll give you an example. I like that it sparks creativity and it makes people come into the present and look around and say, what do I have available? And, if you're a musician, if you're a teacher of any sort or facilitator, you know that we always have our bodies. We always have our voices, which is part of our body, but we can make vocal sounds. We can make body percussion. We can use things in the environment, also called found sounds. We can make a lot of music. And I'm going to leave a couple links below this video to some groups that make music with basically no equipment. But isn't everything equipment? Isn't every item a potential musical instrument? Yes. The answer to that question is yes. So when we approach the idea of facilitation, we can look to these ideas of what is improvisation, because whether you're facilitating a discussion, whether you're facilitating music, whether you're facilitating a meeting, you always have your skills. You always have whatever is available, including people and their ideas. You always have the option of starting something, of changing it, of stopping it and abandoning that and doing something else. Usually, improvisation is a result of successive approximations towards some sort of idea based on the artist's own impulses and feedback and feelings based on what he or she is doing. So the artist tries something, decides if he or she wants to continue down that road or go somewhere else. And through this process of experimentation, which we call improvisation, we reach form, we reach some sort of work, right? Some sort of work that's a result of an improvisatory or extemporaneous process. All right, now you can go look up extemporaneous for those of you who aren't familiar with that. But believe me, it's very extemporaneous. All right, so you probably have some questions by now, I hope, about some of the things I've talked about, and that's the point. I'm not here to tell anybody what things are, or what it is, or say this is the ultimate truth. But I do want to spur some conversation and some ideas and some discussion. So if you'd like, leave your comments below. Remember to always be kind in your comments. I think we can change online culture by how we personally behave and treat each other. So be mindful, be kind in your comments. But leave me your comments and I'll do my best to answer them as always. And as always, thanks for being a World Drum Club supporter. If you like that, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and enjoy all the other hundreds of videos we have here at the World Drum Club YouTube channel. If you want to invest in your own education and take it to the next level, join us at patreon.com. You'll get access to me, also other videos, and a bunch of downloads that you can't get here on YouTube. Thanks for watching and thanks for being a World Drum Club supporter.